Howdy everybody, Cub here, welcome back to Hermitcraft. Last time we worked on the Guardian farm based on some of your viewers' suggestions, made a few alterations to it. We also started the Cub hub, and we got a few llama heads. So yeah, we're looking good right now, and today guys, we're going to continue to work on the Cub hub. But first, I just wanted to mention that the trick I showed you guys on how to remove MBT data from things like potion-tipped arrows and things in survival is actually still in the game. So you can see here, we can remove the MBT data from fireworks rockets, so it's no longer flight duration 1. I was hoping that these would be like super rockets that would never, run out of boost, but turns out they're just the same. They just don't have the flight duration 1 on them, which is kind of unfortunate, but yeah, figures, right? But anyways, yeah, what we're going to do today, guys, to start off with, we are going to head to the end because we need to get more shulker boxes. We're pretty much totally out. We got, I think, maybe 2 or 3 left over. Two shulker boxes, 3 shulker boxes left over, which I found in some chests. So we're going to take those to the end with us and gather a bunch of shulker shells to make some shulker boxes. So I will see you guys in the end in just a moment. Alright, so while we're going through this, in the end, I'm going to offer you guys a couple of different tips here. First tip is never do this. That's the first tip. Never look at Enderman. But if you do look at Enderman, you can see these are the guys that are mad with me. You can get away from them. All you got to do is have an elytra equipped and just keep boosting away from the end island. Don't want to get too far out though, otherwise you can't see it. But this seems like it should be good enough. And let's go ahead and head on back. I'm going to eat something on the way back. So we're going to see if these guys are still angry or not. And nope, they despawned. So that's a good way to get away from Enderman if you do indeed encounter one and accidentally look at one. So yeah, I would usually make sure and wear the elytra at all times in the end, just in case something like that were to happen. Now the second tip is a somewhat useful one. You can actually fly into the end gateway. So we're going to fly into this one right here. And you're 1 block tall. So that's usually, yeah, a good indicator that, yeah, you can, or not usually a good indicator. It means you can fly into 1 block tall gaps. So that is 1 block tall gaps. So that is definitely useful. Yeah, so looks like we actually have an end city right here, which is fantastic. So let me just get on over here. You also don't want to start to fly over the void. You want to start over land and then make your way over the void eventually. So we're going to get a running start here. Fly over land first, and we'll see if there are any shulkers here. I might actually want to leave this one. Yeah, I'm going to leave this one, and I'm actually going to mark the coordinates because we're going to come back here in the future. There we go. Okay. And so, let's go on to a different one and continue to show you guys a few tricks. So when scouting for end cities, you want to be sure you're looking on the islands themselves. So a good tip is sort of to just follow where the islands go, as if you were bridging over from island to island. And usually that results in you finding an end city fairly quickly. So that's what I'm sort of doing here, just flying over from island to island. You also want to be wary of your elytra durability and how many rockets you have left in your hand, because you definitely do not want to get stuck in the void, slowly gliding down to your death. So, yeah, I'm just going to keep following these big islands here, and we'll see if we can find ourselves an end city. Alright, so once you've found a new city, this looks to be, yeah, it looks to be a new city previously unexplored. Going to want to start from the top and go to the bottom. So, I'm actually going to start up here on this level. Or actually, you know what? Let's go to the ship first. But I like to work my way from the top down generally. But here, let's go ahead and just fly on into the ship. You can actually fly all the way in to here. And then just change back your FOV to normal mode. Now the key to taking down these shulkers, I'll show you. You got to be in constant motion because they're shulker shells, their shulker, I guess, particles are always moving. So just try and make sure you're always in constant motion when you're taking these guys on. That way the chances of hitting you are much less. Let's just go ahead and take all this stuff. We'll take this, we'll take that. Saddle, we already got plenty of, I think. And we'll take this stuff as well. Now, one of the things you definitely want to do, you want to make sure that at all times you have with you a bow, a sword, a pick, and a shulker box. And ideally you'll have, or sorry, not shulker box, an ender chest. Ideally you would have a shulker box as well, just because that allows you to make, bring more stuff back, essentially. But yeah, if you don't have one, it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, the ender chest definitely is essential, so you need a silk touch pick. That way you can have sort of a mobile storage, so in case you do die, you look at the enderman, or you know, you fall from a height via a shulker, then you won't lose everything. So we need to put a few more things in here. Just go ahead and dump those in there. You also want to keep a few ender pearls on you, just in case you have to get away quickly, or you need to teleport to the ground. You can also use chorused fruit for that, but I just didn't bring any with me because, yeah, I just didn't want to today. But yeah, chorused fruit is also a really good way to get down and evade shulkers. So let's just get out here and get this dragon head real quick. There's not really a threat out here on the boat, so everything is pretty much good. Let's just go ahead and just punch this. Hopefully we can get it. Yep, there we go. Pretty easy. And then again, we can just pop our ender chest open, put down the shulker box, and there we go. Dragon head is now secured. Very good. You also want to be sure you have food, because you will need to regenerate health throughout the exploration, throughout the end city. And so let's just keep moving here. So there we go. Drop on down, get that. And you'll see they have a lot of trouble with players that move. So yeah, definitely keep moving as you're out here. So there we go. Now we're going to go to the top, because yeah, I like to take over some things from the top down, like I said. And so we're going to get out our shield, put this in our offhand, and get our bow out as well. And then start firing as soon as we get in here. Now a good tip to remember is that you can only hit shulkers which are open. Otherwise the arrow is going to bounce back at you. So you want to be sure, yeah, just keep moving like this. There we go. Of course you want to make sure and try and hit the ones. Hit those little things if you can as well. Just move back a little bit. And you see, yeah, they have a lot of trouble hitting moving players. So that is definitely a tip you need to keep in mind. If you are hit though, the main thing is not to panic. You can actually use it to your advantage, especially if you're coming from the ground up. If you're coming from the ground up, it's a little bit more difficult, but still nothing too bad. If you have an elytra and you can manage it, I recommend sort of floating down like this to the bottom. And so here we can sort of see what it looks like coming in from the bottom. So on your way up, you just want to be sure to constantly regen health, because sometimes these guys can get you a little bit low. Make sure you got your bow out. Just shoot at who's ever open, basically. And so there we go. And we got one more guy right here, so we got to be careful of him. Try and just punch him away. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Alright, so there we go. Took that one down. Now we're just going to fall with style down to the bottom. Collect our shulker shells. So there we go. Yeah, main tips are constant motion and just, yeah, be aware of where the shulkers are. Try and take them down as quickly as possible with your bow. Alright guys, so welcome back. We now have 4 stacks of shulker shells, which will get us about 128 shulker boxes or so. And we got a few other things, some elytra, some diamond stuff, some diamonds, emeralds, gold, iron, some heads, some dragon heads, stuff like that. So, now I think what we're going to do, guys, we're going to put all this stuff away, but we also want to make some picks. So I'm going to go out to the trading hall, and we're going to make some mending picks, so that way we don't have to keep on repairing our silk touch pick and our fortune pick in the nether. We can just, open up a shulker box, grab another pick out, and just keep going. So let me go ahead and do that, and I'll be right back. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so we now have our picks all settled up, and we got a whole bunch of books from the villager trading hall over there. So we now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 work picks, plus the Cubs pick we've had for a while now, plus the silk touch pick. That is sort of our main pick. And that means we have 9 picks available to use for the Nether Hub. So that's fantastic. Also, even more exciting than that, we got something, guys. I got something to show you. Are you ready? Are you ready for it? I don't think you are. Ready? Boom. We got a new mob head. we got a new mob head. So this is actually the silverfish mob head. Looks kind of bizarre. You can see sort of like the whiskers on the silverfish. It almost looks like a fly head. But yeah, it is a silverfish head that we got once it was over by the end portal there from the silverfish spawner. So yeah, not only do we have another mob head, but I believe this means that Asuma has updated the loot tables for the mob head. So hopefully now we can get that llama head, the gray llama head we didn't get last time. But yeah, silverfish head has been gotten. So let's go ahead and put it up on the wall over here. Kaboom. There we go. Silverfish head. Sweet. Alright, so now that we got that, we're going to take all of our picks. We're going to put this into this ender chest. We also got a bunch of shulker boxes crafted up right here and right here. We got a whole double chest full. And so, yeah, we are ready to start to dig out the cub hub. So, I'm going to head to the nether, get Cub Cam on here. He's not on here right now. And we're going to do a little bit of a time lapse, digging out a big portion of the cub hub. Alright guys, so this is the bottom half of the top half of the cub hub that we're digging out right now. So the netherrack you see on the floor here, that is actually going to be where the black stained glass is, and the galaxy will be visible below that. Now for the sides of this hub, I'm thinking probably we'll have maybe a giant pillar of some type, like giant pillars all around, sort of supporting the, what I'm hoping will be like a dome structure or dome-esque structure of the roof. So that's sort of the plans here. And you see ghasts are indeed a problem, so we had several ghasts spawn. I actually got like a few ghast heads and things like that, and a few ghast tears as well, but that is what we're doing here, digging that out. Alright, initial layer dug out, on to the next layers above. So what you're seeing here, guys, is me just towering up and marking out exactly where I want the top half of the cub hub to go. So I had to go through and remark the top half with stone bricks because I couldn't see the stone bricks on the bottom that we placed down from this top portion. So I had to go and remark the stone bricks and count out blocks. Once we did that, though, we were able to blast through the netherrack fairly easily. And I usually keep netherrack on my off pin when I do this, so that way I can plug up all the lava that you encounter. And you can look straight up and dig, I think, 4 blocks every time of the netherrack. But sometimes you have to, you know, stop and go to get all 5 blocks, which is kind of a pain, but it's not too bad. Especially, you also have to stop for nether quartz whenever you encounter that as well. So, yeah, as we're mining this out, I want to talk a little bit about some of the plans for the cub hub. So the roof here you're seeing, the top bit of netherrack, that's actually going to be the absolute roof of the cub hub. So that's going to be the roof, and we're going to obviously change it up. It's not going to be just netherrack, but we want to probably make a sort of dome shape. So we'll have to actually dig that layer out as well. So still a lot more digging even beyond what you're seeing here. But we want to make sort of a dome shape, and I'm thinking maybe since it's a galactic theme, we have maybe a planet or maybe like a Minecraft world that is sort of hanging in the sky. I think could be kind of interesting. Other ideas include like stars or maybe like a comet of some type. But yeah, let me know if you guys have any ideas about what we could put up there in the ceiling of the cub hub, and I'll consider it. But yeah, let me just go ahead and finish up this time lapse, and I'll be back. So guys, been doing a lot of digging, and we're about, I want to say, maybe halfway or getting close to halfway done. We actually have all of our picks needing to be repaired at the moment. So yeah, we went through all of these picks, and one of them got destroyed because I forgot to stop before it broke. But yeah, so we are now ready to go ahead and dump all this stuff off. We got a whole bunch of netherrack and stuff. This is just a little bit of the netherrack we got too. We have a lot more already stored away, but we'll just put some of that in there like that, and then just break this, put that away in there, and then just break this as well. And so yeah, you can see we got about this top section here halfway down. Let's see, we gotta go, I think, somewhere, yeah, like right here. So here we have to still dig all of this out. These 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks here or so. And then this bottom portion is, of course, already dug out. So that's where we're at in terms of the digs. So I'm going to keep going here and hopefully get this done by the end of the episode. Whoo, man. This is a lot of digging, guys. This is a lot of digging. might as well call this the Big Dig Part 2. Never forget the Big Dig Part 2. Or Part 1, for that matter. But what I'm doing now, I'm just dyeing my shulker boxes full of netherrack, so we know what's in them. Well, we're going to know what's in them when we mouse over it, but it's just nice to have the aesthetic in the shulker box storage system. So then, all we got to do here, let me just show you here. This one, which one's not full? That one's not full. Yeah, so we'll keep that one undyed. So now all we got to do, come on over here, make sure this is on loading, and then just dump these in like this. And this should go through all of them and break all of them. So it places it and breaks it automatically. Boom, boom, boom. Smash. Smashing, yeah, nice. And if one of them doesn't have 100% full shulker box, then the system will not break it, and then we can remove it. We can break it manually and then remove it manually, and then everything is deposited in here. So here is the amount of netherrack we have so far. We got all these red ones here are netherrack, and then all these in here as well. So we got a lot. We got a lot, which is fantastic. So what we're gonna do now, get a whole bunch more shulker boxes and go back to mining. Alright guys, so we got the top third of the top half of the Cub Hub done now. And so yeah, it's looking like this big old giant circle here above the one we dug out last episode. And so yeah, now we are set to dig out the middle section. Unfortunately, that's going to have to wait until next time because yeah, it's actually super late right now where I'm at. And I also want to go and hunt for some llama heads that we didn't get last time. So that's what we're going to do right now. I'm going to drop off the rest of this netherrack and these shulker boxes, and we're going to go hunt ourselves some llamas. Well, 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 look who it is. The usual suspects. Mr. and Mrs. Grey Llama. So, we got 3 shulker boxes full of wheat since last time from our farmer villager out there working tirelessly for us, trying to help us get these llama heads. And so what we're going to do, good thing I brought my crafting table, I was a little worried about that. We're going to craft up a bunch of, bada boom, hay bales, and breed up these llamas, and hopefully this time get the gray llama head. Alright guys, so we've bred a couple of gray llamas up, and now it's time to start slaying in hopes of getting a gray llama head. Oh, here we go guys. I think we got it. Yeah, we got it. Gray llama head. Hype, hype. Alright. Sweet. They're still shooting each other. Spitting at each other. Yeah, there we go. Gray llama head. Very, very nice. Alright, so only one we need now is the brown llama head. So I'm going to go ahead and free these guys. And yeah, then we'll go ahead and search for some brown llamas. Alright, so I've looked pretty much everywhere in... Oh, wait. Nope, this is it. This is the last llama. These are the last llamas we need. Alright, we got one here. We got one here. Do I have... I think I brought... Yes, I brought some. I brought some leads. Alright, fantastic. Yes. So, the brown llamas. These are the last type we need to, yeah, breed up and get the llama head for. So let's see if there's any more around here. I thought I saw one more, but I might be mistaken. Oh, over there? Nope, that's just dirt. That's just dirt. Yeah, right here. Here we go. Okay, cool. So we got ourselves 4 brown llamas. This would be perfect. I'll drop them off here. We're going to pen them in and breed them up and then try and get the brown llama head. Alright guys, brown llamas have been bred. Let's see if we can get the final llama head. Hey, there we go. Haha. Nice. Brown llama head get. And so that is the final llama head right there, guys. The brown one. Face is the same as the white one, it looks like, but it's the ears are brown. So that's kind of bizarre. Let me see. Yeah, it's yeah. Okay, it's a little bit different. There's brown on the sides as well. But the face is exactly the same, which is kind of freaking me out a little bit. Anyway, there we go. We got the brown llama head. Let's go ahead and bring these back to base and put them up on the wall. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so we are now going to complete the llama family of heads here. I think I put these in the utility box. Hopefully this is the right box. Yeah, there we go. Gray and brown, joining the white and the cream colored llama heads right here. So, let's see, we'll put this one, let's do the gray one right there, and we'll do the brown one at the very top. There we go. So there we have it, guys. We have 3 mob heads we added to the collection this episode. We got the 2 llama heads, which completes the llama head collection, and we also got a silverfish head, which was quite unexpected. But all those bring us just that little bit closer to getting all the mob heads this season, which is one of our goals. And we might actually have to expand out into like another room to house all the mob heads, because I want to keep this sort of pattern here with the 1 head, 1 jungle bean, 1 head, 1 cocoa bean, 1 head, 1 cocoa bean, etc. And we only got like 2 more spots up here, I think. So we may have to, find a new spot for future heads. But we will cross that bridge when we get to it. Anyways, guys, I think that's going to be all for me this episode. It was kind of a grindy episode. We went to the end and got a whole bunch of shulker shells to make shulker boxes. And we also dug out a whole bunch in the nether. But yeah, it will all pay off in the end once we get the nether hub up and working. It's going to be awesome. Trust me. I'm really looking forward to building it and continuing to build it next time. But guys, if you enjoyed the episode, please do leave a like and make sure to subscribe for more videos and hit the bell to get notified when I upload. I will also be talking about space in some of the future episodes because I got a lot of requests in the comment section to do more of that. So we'll be talking about the upcoming solar eclipse. We'll be talking about Cassini. We'll be talking about the end of the Kepler Space Telescope mission. And yeah, that will be really awesome. So stay tuned for that. Anyways, I'm out for now, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been Cub. Goodbye.